We're here back in the Fantasy Bar with your Friday night NBA six-pack. 6 of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings, including 3 plays for you under 5K on DraftKings, 5 plays under 6,500. We're going happy hour. What games are we targeting? We got some correlations, we got some stacks, and a stud that I am loading up on tonight in a smash spot. Who are we talking about? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy six-pack. Good to be back in the Fantasy Bar. 6 guys for you fresh off the tap for this Friday night NBA slate. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Before we get into the plays, you guys know the drill. Take a second, click that thumbs up button. Make sure you hit that tip jar here on the free video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Don't want you missing any of the great content here. And make sure you check out scoresandodds.com/beer. For all of your sports betting needs. The big game is here. Tons of picks posted for that. NBA picks, tons of information. Guys, go and check it out. You love what you find over there at Scores and Odds. All right, let's get into the slate. Big slate of games. NBA trade deadline, the dust starting to settle. So we'll do our best to navigate here through the madness. All right, let's start at point guard with Killian Hayes of the Pistons. I think it's a great buy low for Killian Hayes. Detroit, we know, it's in kind of tank mode. Everyone's after old Victor. So I think you're going to start to see more Killian Hayes here. I know it's been a roller coaster of late with the minutes up and down, but under 5K here for this guy. With the level upside that he brings, definitely buying here tonight against San Antonio. Last time these two teams met up, 18-7, 5-3 in that game. Just shows his ability to hit all categories on the stat sheet. Almost 41 DraftKings points in that game. We know this Spurs team does not play any defense. 5th most fantasy points allowed to the point guard position. Can really stack this game up with a lot of ugly pieces here or some salary savers. 2 bad defenses. Killian Hayes stands out on the Detroit side of things. All right, let's go to the Spurs side of things with Malachi Branham. Again, the Spurs, a ton of injuries here, trades, a lot going on here with San Antonio, but the most notable for our cause here, Tre Jones, questionable once again for this one. If he's out, Branham's a lock and load for me. Even if Tre Jones is back, I still don't hate the play, but love it if Jones remains on the sideline. The minutes are up. The usage are up. We've seen him get a lot more aggressive offensively. The shot attempts have really been up over the last couple of games, and all that has led to a rise in production here as well. We matched San Antonio. A lot to look at here, a lot to figure out. Going to get some of these young guys some extended run here down the stretch of the season. Detroit, as bad as San Antonio, maybe worse defensively. Bottom 3 against both point guards and shooting guards this season in fantasy points allowed. Malachi Branham stands out as one of the better value plays in the mid-range. All right, let's stay in the mid-range at shooting guard, small forward, with Norman Powell of the Clippers. So we know the Clippers going to be without Kawhi Leonard here tonight. Had a ton of flurry of trade activity with the Clippers, shipping Reggie Jackson out of town. Luke Kennard is gone. John Wall back to Houston. So the Clippers going to be thin here. I think you can see Powell play a ton of minutes in this one, and the guy's been fantastic here of late. 25 or more fantasy points in every single game over the last 5, 39 or more in 3 of the last 5. So gives you that nice combination. Floor, yeah, we want a little bit more than 25 in our cash games, but if he's getting us 25, we're happy. Now that ceiling at 39 or more, and we've seen games into the 40s, 50s for Norman Powell, is exactly what we want at these mid-range prices. Paul George, likely going to be somebody that everybody loads up on here tonight. I don't hate the play, but I think he's going to be the focus of this defense. Giannis, tough Bucks D. I think it's going to leave a lot of open opportunities for Norman Powell. All right, let's get you an almost minimum price play at center with Mark Williams of Charlotte. So we just talked about LA making trades. They picked up Mason Plumlee from the Charlotte Hornets, and I think it's going to mean good things here for Mark Williams. Again, a younger team that wants to get a look at some of these young guys, so I think the runway's certainly clear here. So you buy low now. There's not a lot that he has to do to pay off this $3,200 salary. So great cash game salary saver if you want to load up on some of the bigger names. And we've seen some games with Mark Williams getting some ceiling. We haven't really seen him unleashed as far as minutes go. I think they'll start to trend up starting here tonight. Tough matchup, no doubt, but I think it's going to help keep some ownership away here. But Boston has allowed 7th most rebounds to centers. You know, it's one of the strengths here of Mark Williams' game. Just too cheap. You need some salary savings. Give him a look tonight against Boston. All right, let's go to the Boston side of things with more correlation at point guard, shooting guard with Derek White. So Boston, another team dealing with some injuries as we head into the All-Star break. Jaylen Brown out once again. Marcus Smart also on the sidelines, and that is good news here for Derek White. Almost a 4.5% usage bump with those two off the floor this season, and he's really been a key cog here for Boston of late, missing all that offense with those two guys out of the lineup. Jason Tatum has been incredible. They need some other guys to step up, and White has certainly done that. 36 or more DraftKings points now in 3 of the last 4 games. Love this matchup with Charlotte. I think he continues to roll. Derek White, one of my favorite guard options here for Friday night. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night. Before we do that, let's continue our Beast of the Night contest. Congrats to all of the recent winners. To play, all you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video. Make sure you've hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and guess fantasy points on DraftKings tonight for my Beast of the Night. The closest guess going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. Now's a great time. Big game right around the corner. Tons of NBA action still as we head into the All-Star break. So arm yourself with some free RotoGrinders Premium while you're down there. Not only your guess for my Beast of the Night fantasy points, who is your top play? Got a ton of games on the slate tonight. Who is your Beast of the Night? Sound off in that YouTube comment section. All right, let's roll. Let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Friday night, you know, Matt's the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We've saved you a lot of money and a lot of spots so we could spend up at the point guard position with old Damian Lillard of Portland, tonight's Beast of the Night. So first of all, this game, certainly one that we're going to want to target here. 241.5 point total, 3.5 point spread in this one. So should we get a close, competitive track meet type game here with a total over 240? Portland trades away Josh Hart to New York. Nurkic gonna miss this game as well. When you take those two off the floor this season, according to our Court IQ tool here at RotoGrinders, Lillard's usage, which is already massive, over 30%, jumps over 8% with those two off the floor, takes him over 40% on the usage rate per 36 minutes, averages over 60 fantasy points per game with this scenario here. Not to mention the Thunder, not very good against point guard position, bottom 10 in fantasy points allowed. Explosive spot for Dame Lillard. We've seen some massive games out of him lately. I think we get another one here tonight. Dame Lillard, easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Friday night in a fantasy bar, talking some NBA. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points for Damian Lillard on DraftKings for your shot at some free RotoGrinders Premium. Also, keep an eye out for my pints and picks, 2 of my favorite big game bets for you. 19-4 on those bets over the last 12 videos. That should be coming out hopefully sometime today. So, for RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut. Best of luck here on tonight's slate. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the big game. We'll catch you back here on Monday with more NBA. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist